Hello everyone, today we're talking about a responsive table with new Figma layout grid. Let's go. Alright, so here I'm going to be creating my layout grid by using my shape, by creating the frame. Then when you on the right panel, you're going to see the 2 by 2. Then you can increase the width and also the row and also the column. So I'm going to be using the 6 by 4 layout grid. Then you can, from the row from left to right, you can see 1 2 3 4 5 6. Then for the row and the column 1 2 3 4, just like how we selected on the panel. Then I can also adjust the layout grid. Is adjustable. You can adjust row, you can adjust the row, you can adjust the column. Yeah, so for this one that I'm going to be pasting my element very soon, which is for the checkbox. Maybe you want to select any of the items on the table, and also the table title is also adjustable to any of your size. So so you can also increase. So the table is very responsive in terms of column, in terms of the row. You can adjust it to your preferable size. Bam, 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 bam. Also, so before I started this video, I already created my elements. All the elements that I'll be needing for the table. So I'm going to be pasting them on the screen here, right here. So the elements are in auto layout, so I forgot to put them in components. So when you're creating yours, remember to put it in a component. So as you are editing one of each component, then it reflects. So you can see my email address cell. I also named them. I have my email address cell, date cell, my profile cell, checkbox cell as well. Then I also have my name and picture cell, so for easy identification when I'm placing my elements in my table. So I'm also going to be creating a new element that will be used for the title, which is the text box. So I'm using it as a sample. I'm using my auto layout on it as well. I'm going to be clicking my Shift plus A for auto layout. So I'm going to be changing the color value of my text box, my text element, to the gray color that I already have in my in my library. Then we can go on into placing the elements onto the table. So now that I have all the elements created, I already had a visualization of what my table is going to look like. So that helped me to create each of the elements down for faster process. So I'm pasting them. So first thing, I'm pasting the text box into the title boxes, and I'm also going to be working on based on the alignment and also the view container. So I'm going to be selecting each of the text elements. I'm going to be selecting each of them so that I can add consistent properties to them. So I'm going to be checking my view container for both the width and the height. Then also I'm going to be adding padding left and right 16px, so the elements can have a breathing space. Also, I'm going to be changing the font size. I'm going to be using 24px. Yours, you can always change yours as well too. And also I'm using the medium for the font weight because it's the table title, so it needs to be different. Text boxes to the respective folders, from the name to the email address to the date as well. And yeah, so this is editable. So yes, and the date. Then we can move on to the time, because I already have a visual of what the table is going to look like. And also lastly, the action segment, the action flow. So I'm also going to try and modify the boxes according to each of the contents, each of the elements. So for the action, it's just going to be a mini interaction where a radio button will be coming there. So let's just hold on for that. So for the next stage, I'm going to be pasting my name into this section. So, and for the sake of time, I'm going to be do that in a very fast mode. So see you on the other hand. All right, thank you for still staying around. I selected the text element. I want to add a padding to it, and also I'll be selecting the one for the name. So I'm selecting the auto layout frame, not the element in it, but the auto layout frame, and I'm adding padding to each of the elements for consistency. So the next one will be for the date and the time as well. So see you on the other hand again. All right, now that my text elements have been pasted, the next one is the action. So I'm picking my element, Ctrl C to copy my element, my radio button action, and I'm pasting, Ctrl V to paste, Ctrl C to copy, Ctrl V to paste, and I'm going to be pasting the action into each of the boxes. Then I would try and modify. I want to modify it seems to be too much in terms of the spacing, so I'm also doing the same for the date. Yeah, so now we have our table is coming up already. We are having everything set, so I can try to reduce the height. You can play around this. You can reduce the width. You can reduce the width, reduce the height, just to fit into what your preference for the table is. So I'm going to be adjusting this further. Then lastly, we missed out on the checkbox future element, so we're going to be pasting that into the respective fields. Now we have our table coming into shape. Then I'm going to be changing the color value, the background color value of the text title, so it can stand out. Then I'm going to be we'll change the text color to white, so there can be a contrast. There needs to be contrast on that. Then also change the value for the icon element as well, from gray to white. Now our table is coming into shape. We have all our details. We can still modify further. The width we can modify. So one sweet thing about the Figma layout new feature is that it allows for flexibility, it allows for adaptability. So I'm going to be changing the name from the more generic form that it is in to different ones. So also as well the email address as well. Yeah, so we are going to be using Joseph Brendan at gmail.com, and also for gmail.com. So for the third one, Adeleye Connect, the email will be adeleyeconnect at gmail.com. So yeah, so we have our info. So all elements on the layout grid are editable. Anything you can always edit, you can always remove, you can always modify. So for this date, we are going to be doing just a little bit of change, so it doesn't look the same. The information does not look the same, so it can look real. It can look like a real data to us when we are visualizing the table made by the layout grid, new Figma layout grid. Yeah, so we can also modify the time as well. Yeah, so just for it to just be different and look like a real data and start. So yeah, and also one very quick thing is that you can increase the row, you can increase the column. You just have to go to your layout grid, select the frame, then you go to your layout grid. So I've increased this from four rows 4 columns to 5 columns now. So what I just need to do is copy and paste my elements in the other boxes into the newly created column, so that it can be filled up. Yes, I'm just going to be doing that just now. Then copy the action as well. Yeah, so we have our table. We can increase the height, we can increase it to our desired satisfaction, we can take it to any length, and all the data, all the elements in the boxes are responsive. They are responsive. You can also do a box select of the boxes. So the title, I want to modify it a little bit. Yeah, so you can go to any length. You can go to any length. So I'll be modifying that in a bit. Then, so one quick thing, I want to use content reel to change my information. For those of us that are not familiar with it, content reel, it's so easy. You know, you can generate names for you, can generate pictures, images, can generate email addresses, anything. So for this one, for the sake of this tutorial, I will be using content reel to give different pictorial representation to our profile. So I'm going to be selecting on each of the image elements, then I'll apply all. For the name as well, I can use same content reel. Peradventure I want to have, like, different names, so still select all the text elements, content reel, pop up, then apply, so you can see the names changing. So yeah, you can use content reel. Is really an amazing plugin. It saves you stress of using lorem ipsum. So yeah, the world has evolved. The world of design has evolved from lorem ipsum to using real life, real human elements. Yeah, so now our table is up and running. We have it here, fully visualized from the name. So this is from a past project. I want us to have more visuals by applying the table to the design to a current project I'm working on. The table is responsive. You can increase the height, you can increase the width. All the elements in the table are responsive and adaptable to any size. They are adaptable to any size of your project liking. So let me know what you feel in the comment section, if this is something you'll be trying out. So this is how to create a responsive table on the new using the new Figma layout grid. So right here in my design, I also extended the colon so it can give me more space to add a new profile. So I'm just going to be doing copy and paste for all the elements. Nothing changes, still the same thing, still responsive, because we are using our auto layout, and everything works so fine. Yeah. Lastly, we will be presenting the design to see how it's going to look like. Yeah, just a minute, let's use the full preview. Yeah, and this is how our table looks like.